Hello, hello, hello. Morning, everybody. Ooh, beautiful. Yeah, that'd be great if I'd be able to hear it. There we go. Now I just need to change around the music for this. Photoshop. There we go, now it's working. Though I may need to turn it down slightly. So I'm able to hear myself. Hello everybody, sorry for the technical difficulties. Just needed to didn't reconfigure my music. So how is everybody doing today? Everybody's doing well. Alright, I should introduce myself. Ladies and gentlemen and sparks of creation, I am the one and only K-Tron Universe. And I'll go over this reality just to make sure that things go smoothly. I tell you, the amount of times that people have opened like slits in reality that I had to fix. God fucking damn it. But anyway, we're here for art. And for those of you who do not know, I have been drawing a dragon, one for every month. In which I tell you the truth, it's been pretty difficult. And since the Monster Hunter stuff came up recently, I was like, do you know what? Let's draw a monster from the new Monster Hunter game that they've shown. And so let's do it in this type of style. Because I'm drawing a comic. Let's not beat around the bush. It's called the Grimoire Creation. I can bring up the cover of the first chapter. If this is the right one, because I had to go through a few different... Here we go, here it is. Grimoire Creation, though I may have to change around how the title exactly looks, because it's like, originally I wanted it long ways to make it look like a normal stuff for like a normal book. But then I thought, I can do one better. No, so of course I can do one better. I should actually save this link. I should save this list and also actually put it into like an actual tag so I can put it up easily. So there's the first chapter for you over on White Tubes. Chapter 4, we're going to say now, is just recently finished. However, I need to do spell check and stuff before going out and actually printing it. Oh. Allow myself a little banana break. So. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the tab open for now. With that, we are surprisingly very close to like finishing this page, so the stream won't be that long if we just do this. Yeah, we'll probably just need to do the fire for the hair, and then probably go into like shading and stuff. Just to make it all pop a bit more. We can also go in and also do a lot more of the lines, just for like detail purposes, like along here. I think I set it at 15 pixel width for it. Oh wow, okay, I didn't put them onto their own separate layer. Great, that's gonna be a hassle. Yeah. If you want to help support me in the making of my comic, I do have a Patreon, which is specifically for that. You may see down in the corner of the stream that I do have a Ko-fi link. That is mostly just for stream stuff. All of that is just stream stuff. Patreon is just for my comic. Ko-fi is for just streaming. And if you have like questions or like about comic stuff or artistry type of thing, or just with me in general, just don't be hesitant to ask. Because I'm always happy to answer. So what we're going to do here is signify that there is like 2 lots of color coming from this. This can be done in like a few ways. Which I like implementing both. Implementing both is nice. Just for, every time I just say both, I always think of like the El Dorado meme. It's like both is good. Yeah, just going in and just. Yep. Yep, that's a bit too harsh there. Ba la 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 la. Whew. Don't know what it is, but I still have like the sand flakes right around my eye. I've been trying to clean them out for days, but I tell you, they are not working. Yeah. I should probably go in and explain who this character is right here. How to best explain it? She is a character from my comic. The I don't actually have a like a proper name for her, but I know that her hunting name is called Killing Queen. And also, if anybody can immediately notice the reference, then I applaud you. Now, I went with a 10, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, essentially, she is a creature known as a djinn. Which, how to best describe a djinn? A djinn is a red skin creature where the hair can catch on fire. It's a toggleable thing. So it's like they can have normal hair and they can set on fire. It's like if you see a djinn on fire, they're either angry or they have just increased their power level type of thing. Think of it like a Super Saiyan. Yeah. A djinn's hair doesn't normally start lighting up. 9J, hey, how's it going? I am doing well. Hello to you too. What are you doing this fine day? Or afternoon? I can't remember. Me? I am finishing up this page for my Dragon a Month challenge that I put on to myself. And yeah, I thought it was like, do you know what? Do you know what? I did have a plan for a dragon for this month, but I'm going to push it back. And I'm going to do Monster Hunter because the trailers for that came out recently. And it's like, yeah, big old lightning dragon from the second trailer. And I'm like, you know what? How about I throw it into a comic art style? Because, yeah. You woke up at 2 p.m. and went straight to your D&D session. What the fuck? Well, I woke up, took my dog for a walk. Her name is Maisie. She's adorable. She's a mixed breed with a very small dog and a Ridgeback, which is like a big dog. Don't know how that worked. Don't ask me. She's like a Shih Tzu Ridgeback cross Maltese, something like that. She's cute and adorable. Yeah, so I walked her. I am going to empty the dishwasher after stream and then head to D&D. Apart from that, I'll just be drawing for most of the day. Oh, no way! Really? Oh, I can't believe that your nan also has a dog called Maisie. Oh, that is beautiful to hear. Yeah. So before you came on, I was talking about this character here and why I put them into like the comic. So she is a character. Yeah, old lady with a very cute doggo. So this is one of the characters from the comic that I've been putting together. I don't have an actual name for her, but I do have a hunting name, and which is Killing Queen. In which, if you get the reference, then I absolutely applaud you. But apart from that, she is a djinn, so a creature with red skin. Their hair can catch on fire. It's not a toggleable thing, where If it's on fire, it's either that they are mad or they just increase their power. In fact, it can be both. It's given Darwin's game undefeated queen. Ooh. Well, you're gonna be kind of disappointed when I tell you her main ability. I can't remember if I gave a name for it yet. But essentially, she can turn any. So basically, it's like. You know how kinetic energy has two different states? There is the movement kind, and then there's the potential kind. Essentially, she can turn any potential energy into any kind of energy she wants. So, for example, a stick of dynamite has the potential energy to explode with massive force. So instead, she can turn that stick of energy and turn it into a laser beam. That is probably the only hint of where the name comes from I'm going to give. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the gun itself is also a game from I play like way too much of. Yeah, it has a perk in the game called Dynamite with a laser beam, where if you constantly get headshots, you can turn it at the last shot, and it gains an additional shot, which turns it into basically a laser beam. Headshot with that, they explode as hell. What do you mean it's still giving you Darwin Games vibes? Come on! It's a song reference! And I still haven't updated that message. I believe I've heard of it, but I know that I haven't played it. No. Seen Darwin's game. Oh, it's an anime. No, I have not watched this. Honestly, I should if it's giving you Darwin game vibes. It's not an anime about begging. Yeah, I mean, sure. Fair. It's a it's an absolute banging anime. It's not about banging. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's I believe that's an English term. Oh, that's absolutely smashing, mate. It shouldn't be that. It should be more. Yeah, British slang can be very confusing sometimes. But then again, if you have a conversation with anybody from any other culture, it's gonna be confusing at first. If you take it for it being literal, then you're gonna have a hard time with it. The best idea is that if they're talking very enthusiastically about anything, and also they just say something out of the blue, it's like, oh, it's absolutely smashing, mate. It's quite banger of an episode. Then you can easily tell it's like they're talking about it in not a literally fucking a type of way. I shouldn't have done the double stack. There we go. That can be better. I mean, I kind of had to. Being autistic, I had to learn a lot about like idioms and stuff. So instead from having them like naturally come to me, I had to like physically learn them, which, dear God, what's that a pain to do? And also, I spent like first few years of like trying to understand trying to understand the world and my place in it. But I found what has made me happy, which is like telling stories, drawing art, and yeah, it's my passion now. I know what I want to do. Yeah. I mean, everybody goes through the experience of trying to find their wealth and value. And it's not really helping when companies in the industry are like trying to make a profit from you and trying to make you a loyal customer and such. And then there's the DIE, whatever the acronym is, I can keep on forgetting, movement at the moment. DEI, I think it is. Yeah. But when it comes to something like that, I take the Morgan Freeman stance in that if you want the world to like unite, allow individuality in the end to become one type of thing, then stop talking about it. Because right now we don't need like a Pride Month or Black History Month because that's pointing out the individuality. If you want the world to be united, then stop saying that these individuals need to be better. Sure, it's good to acknowledge when somebody has done like above and beyond, but we don't need like celebrations for entire like communities because it will just make them separate from everybody else. And I mean, completely good for you if you're like gay, trans, uh, any of the colored races out there outside of white. Good for you. But there's a point where it's like when you just go overboard with it. I mean, when they first pop up, I mean, when they first started doing that, I completely understand that. But now Pride Month is about companies selling you like rainbows on the T-shirt with their logos, and also obtaining the profit margin from you. And I mean, true, you do have an absolute valid point. But if you have a look at it like on the other side of the fence, it's like if they have a celebration of being normalized, then we should also have a celebration of being who we are as well. But you don't expect people to have like a Jew month because dear God, Jews went through the absolute worst shit ever. I mean, you say that, and then there's. I mean, you say that, and then there's Disney, which has been the absolute shit show that it has been for like the last few years. And then you start wondering: are they an ally, or are they just money hungry? Yeah, I mean, celebrating it kind of like a birthday and also happens once every year. That's completely fine and all. But when you stop excluding others from joining in, like gatekeeping, then it's not a celebration. It's a private event. I mean, a celebration is a celebration. Everybody should be able to celebrate it. But then again, it comes back to like, why don't we have a month for Jews? Because they've had the worst shit done to them throughout history. Let's be honest here. Because during World War II, they had the worst time out of it. Back in 340 AC, I believe it was, documentation was found that Christians mass buried a whole entire group of Jewish people alive in a live burning. So why don't they get a month? A lot of people in that community is actually good, and also I very much appreciate that. Wait a minute, they do have a month? Hold up. I know that they have like the 7 day thing on Christmas, which they celebrate. Can't remember the name of it, but this is like the first time I'm hearing that they have a full on month. Hanukkah, yes, thank you, Mad Hatter. Hanukkah. I know that they have Hanukkah. Okay, now that brings up a question. May is a Jewish American Hanukkah month. Therein lies the problem of like, do only Jews in America only get access to this month? Also, thank you, man. Hello, Matt Hatter. How are you today? Sleepy? I mean, to tell you the truth, I feel the exact same. Fair enough. You must have had a very busy day for you to be this tired. Or what? It's like that late for you? Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty late. Yeah, bloody ads. Okay, you guys should be back from ads. Okay. So, what you're saying is, yes, I absolutely understand. People should be taught more about uh, what people have went through when they were stolen from the countries and that type of thing. And also, yes, it should be taught more in school. But when it comes to like understanding the God fucking damn acronyms, the LGBT, yeah, that's it. It's a recent thing, so people don't fully understand it enough to teach it at the moment. The LGBTQIA. That is a fucking tongue twister. I tell you. So, with somebody who also have dyslexia, why do you have to make it a challenge every time I have to try and say your community's name? Because if you want people to like properly like be happy within that community, just say that, yeah, you can have it long, but also allow the shorter versions. Oh, you forgot the plus as well. Yeah. The queer community. Well, here in Australia, we also have another word for it, and it's called the alphabet mafia, which I find an absolutely funny name. The alphabet soup. Uh, it, I love the idea of just calling the community alphabet soup. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I will accept you for whoever you are, as long as it does, as long as your gender identity doesn't become your core personality. Because if that's all you have going for you, you're going to be a very dull individual. Do you like sports? What type of stories do you like? What's your favorite subject in school? All of these things, yeah, make you an individual. And also, yeah, makes you an interesting person. They aren't very... Okay, that's funny, man, Anna. Well, you know, there aren't snowflakes, just glow sticks, because they aren't. And with Black History these days, it feels more like a celebration of culture. There is so much culture that is ignored because all people know about it. Slavery, but there's more black culture than that. Of course, there's more to black culture than that. The slavery part is why they celebrate it. The celebration of their culture comes from their thousands of years of before that, and also where they are now. I mean, you're not blathering. You're saying your point, and I completely respect your opinion. Because what's a discussion without pointing out different points of views and coming to an understanding that everyone's an individual. Everybody has had different life experiences to yet come to different conclusions. And also, that's what makes us unique, but also be able to be part of a collective. For example, for me, I have a hard time trusting, like, groups of people. Yeah. So, mainly because these large groups of communities have put me down and also have uh, either at some point verbally or physically bullied me. And also, I've been told one thing where I'm like normal and fine, when in reality I wasn't diagnosed with autism until I was 22. And also, that would have been so much nicer than to get know when I was younger, so I can actually have like proper support. But then again, I was in the UK; they weren't going to support me anyway. Yeah, which is why I love Australia so much, which is currently the leading researchers on autism, and also they have this very vivid documentation, and also teachers who yet help people with autism and people that want to learn autism. They basically have an entire like study session for it, which is nice, but it's not regularly taught in schools. I mean, mental health services in like Europe in general, it depends on where you are. Here in Australia, they're actually pretty good. It's like when I was going to school, they, even though I wasn't diagnosed by like a doctor, they knew that there was something I had trouble with. Bad cells, go fuck you. But they were very. They wanted to help me out, so yeah, I had probably a really good education. Okay, yeah, see you, Matt. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I mean, the weird thing is, Australia and America have probably the most similar histories throughout the entire world, but they are so different in their decision making. It's not. It is very funny. It's been nearly 4 years and they haven't. Yeah. Again, this is quite a new thing which has been uh, popping up. So there aren't any doctors who are qualified to yet cover that area. And those who are, there are very few, which is why the list is so long, because it's not about location, people who have people that you have access to, and the people who are qualified to get help in such an area. The list is long, absolutely. However, it won't stop you from like discovering yourself. And also, when you do get at that appointment, it's good to like write down everything so that you can uh, help make it easier and faster for them. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, if you tried to do it in 2019, then it would definitely be 8 months. But ever since 2020, where it just suddenly popped off, there is more and more people get added to the list. Some people obtain more higher priorities. Yeah. Well, what do you want from it? Like, you've discovered yourself, like physically and mentally. Do you want more help with like the mental side of it, or like a way to get help you to get find yourself in the world? What exactly are you after? Okay, now that type of thing. Well, good for you. And also, I'm not saying that in like a sarcastic way, but You have discovered yourself and who you want to be. The needs and wants for the transitional period can be a lengthy and expensive process, but being happy with who you are is always a great thing. For me personally, not being happy with yourself is a big downer. And I find that, well, what I've been taught and I have learned for myself is that before you need before you make changes to like your body physically, is that you need to be happy with it. I mean, that's my line of thinking. Yeah. I mean, I like using this quote from the doctor in that as long as we remember the people we were before, we can be happy towards the future. I believe that's like a bastardization of the quote, but the meaning still gets across. As long as you're happy with the people that were before, so that you can be the you that you are now, then you can full on go ahead with any decision with without regrets. That's the word I was looking for. Hmm. Not going to be happy with a body that isn't mine. Hmm. That's a kind of interesting spot because something like that is something very much on the line of like people who are like obsessed with plastic surgery, people who are not happy with the way that they are now because of like outside influences, and also just how their mental state is, and then they're never going to be happy, that type of thing. It falls into like my first line of mantra: never think about the what if, could ifs, and if onlys. Otherwise, you're just going to be depressed for the rest of your life. Because all you have to be is to be happy with yourself, then nothing else matters. Because if you are happy with the you that you are now, then you are ready to make the change. That's my kind of thoughts on it. Yeah, I mean, you say that, but it's kind of like a tattoo. Once you get one, then you really want, then you have this urge to gain another, and then another, and then another. As long as you are able to stay on top of that, then you're good. But you must always be worried that that urge will always be there. And that's why people fall down the rabbit hole of getting like surgery after surgery. You want to make the change so that you can be happy. Yeah, for me, it's like it's a very permanent thing, and also permanency can be like misleading. It's like it can make you happy, but what happens if it doesn't make you happy? Which is why it's better to make yourself happy now, so that when you do make the change, you are happy with the decision. But then again, that's my thought on it. Everybody else has, again, their own way of thinking, and also different stages of like mental health. uh, then in that case, take your time. A marathon isn't done within a day. It's done in steps. Because the only people that benefit from surgery properly are the people who have mentally prepared for it and also know 100% that it's something that they want. For example, my eyes have been declining for years. Might be because I've been looking at a computer screen for the majority of my life. And would I want surgery? Like eye laser surgery? Maybe eventually. But right now, I don't feel ready for it. That is a completely true sentence. In that you can never fully experience it. However, you can understand the stories being told if they are like told properly. You can understand it by similar experience. For example, me telling you my experiences with like learning my autism is very similar to your experience with transgender, in that a lot of people don't understand it. You feel like an outcast, and even though that they don't have like the same experience as you do, you can always learn from like similar stories. You can always take advice from people. We can always learn from people who may be different from us, because everybody is unique. Everybody will and that is completely true. Having autism and experiencing it is very different, but we can appreciate it. Because it's something that I'm never going to get rid of. It's genetic. It being appreciated and being understood can lead to the same thing in the end, if I remember correctly. Now that I have heard like time and time again, and also I have simulated it. And also it's weird. and also like transitioning back into your preferred gender is not only like a welcome, like a hello again, but it's also a goodbye to the person you were before. So it's not only happy, but it also can be quite sad of like seeing somebody off. And also, I can see that being kind of sad. Yeah, that'll be very frustrating. Because if I were to change genders, there will be like the period of time of me trying to find a way to turn myself back. And then the one I find like is hopeless. It'll be best to understand the life that I am now, so then I can like best live it the best way that I can. And then once I get to that point, I'll be like in the place of being like satisfied with the life that I have lived, to transition into my new life of returning back to me. But then again, that's the way that I view it. Yeah. I believe there was a more another like scientific term for it, like back in the day, where what was it? Body disfilm like unfamiliar body disfamiliarity, and also how it like aligns with like a similar sort of concept, like a very similar like mental disability where you wake up one day and also like you don't like different portions of your body. Dysphoria, yeah, that's it. Dys Dysphoria. This, yeah, I believe that is it. And then you dislike your body for an unknown mental reason. I mean, we as humans still do not know how the brain fully operates. We may have understand that sections of the brains do certain things, and also that electricity running through it allows it to like do everything for the human body. Dysphoria. Thank you for that. My dyslexia is kicking in again. I mean, why? Why can't people spell it the way that it like sounds? It would be so much more easier. But yeah, on the New Year's party, I went to like a Smash tournament before they got banned, and yeah, there was a guy there who had dysphoria. Thank you, thank you very much, like for treating me like a mother. Fucking damn it. Yeah. My dad also has it, but I've managed to get a. But I'm a bit better with my spelling than my dad is. But anyway, yeah. At the end of the day, I'm just hope that you're happy with your decision and make sure that you can say goodbye to yourself, because when then because when that body changes, you're not gonna get it back. Dysmorphia. Dysmorphia. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but from what people have like explained it to me, there's like similarities, and also they're like cousins. They're not directly linked to each other, but they have historical semblance in a way. After 20 years, you want out. Yeah. Yeah, but that is completely fair. And to tell you the truth, my spirituality is like kicking in, and it's like your last phase is like your last regeneration cycle. If we continue on with the Doctor Who relation, and it's always upsetting when you yet see one actor replaced with another. It's like saying goodbye to an old friend just to say hello to a new one. Yeah. Being disconnected from your own body is surprisingly very similar amongst the two, because the guy, when the guy said that he wakes up and finds that there is something wrong without a body. Sometimes it's his nose, sometimes it's his hand may be bigger. He feels like that one of his hands is bigger than the other, one of his feet is bigger than the other, and also he just gains a lot of anxiety from that. And also it can sometimes just completely set them up into like a very stressed out state. Yeah, because it's like one is about parts of the body that you don't like and it changing, while the other one is about your entire body and how you don't like it. Yeah, and also I tell you, TikTok and like that type of media is not helping for you. Which is why I always like saying, forget about the what if, could ifs, and if only. Your life is yours. Is yours to live, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Sure, you may get advice from people, but if you want to implement it, that's your decision. Okay. So why do you don't like? So looking at your face would mean that you have experience of anxiety when it comes to like people giving you like side-eye glances, right? Yeah. There's actually a thing that was taught in my autism classes in that depression is fear of the past. Anxiety is fear of the future. Anxiety can be like the immediate future or like far off future. And also, it seems like that yours is mostly coming around. You are afraid of showing your face because you are not confident in yourself. That's my immediate thought, but yeah, the anxiety of people talking behind your back. I completely understand that. It might also be why I have a hard time trusting people. But then I. But then there's me who has stopped thinking about the future or the past. I'm only here for the now. And I feel great. Hmm. I mean, you say that, but being autistic means that I was born with autism, with depression and anxiety. It's a package deal. You don't get one without taking the other two with you. And the fact and the fact that being that I will most like that I have a 72% chance of dying just before 60 due to a heart related issue is mostly from depression and anxiety. Yeah, that is a real statistic for people with autism. Yeah. Well, it's. I always get this bad feeling when people tell me that they have anxiety or like depression. And also, sometimes they set it up as like a big joke, and also I laugh along with them. But deep down, I completely know what they're going through, and I really want to teach them the ways that I am able to cope with it and manage it. And then it's like a lot of people have told me how they coped and managed with it, but I didn't really listen. It's like, nah, they won't really understand me or expect me to understand. But when I actually got to my lowest and allowed sadness to remove all of my emotions. Oh yeah, that's an entire different story. Um, I allowed myself to learn what people have been telling me, and eventually, over time, because it doesn't happen instantly, I found a way to live with myself with who I am now. And I'm happy with it. And any change that I am wanting to make is because it will make my life better and it. Bloody ads, I tell you. Oh, you're back? Oh, beautiful. So, where do we leave off? What was the last thing that you were able to hear before the ad break? Okay, uh, so when I like reached the lowest of my lows, I kind of like stopped and started like actually taking on people's advice over the years and started like listening to them, taking the time to go through the different things to see if they worked or not, and yeah, eventually I came out with the me now. Happy with the person I am. Yeah. I tell you, when I reach my lowest low, dear, dear God, well, that's a mess. Yeah, but I found out who I am, what my beliefs are, and also how like the world works, and also how I may be able to fit in it. And that's mainly with stories and understanding, like giving people lessons through them, like the lessons that I've learned throughout life. Yeah, I mean, I have almost committed suicide on two major attempts. The only thing that has stopped me is thinking about the grief that I would put onto others and not wanting to do that. And that is the thing that stopped me. Because imparting a negative emotion onto another is probably the worst experience or thing you can do within your life. Which is why when I yet see so many people out on like social media lately just hate company and actors and actors, yeah, hating the fans hating the new product, and it's just a lot, and it's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm out. I don't want to deal with this bullshit. Well, at least now you know that they weren't true friends. It's a, because the thing that I've been keep on saying of don't listen to the what if, could ifs, and ifs only is about we view the world so negatively, and also we only remember the bad parts. And also, that's a survival thing that humanity has throughout thousands of years. It's a it's a survival system. But what's harder is to remember the good. And once you are able to remember the good, and also do it constantly, you will find your life to be a lot more brighter. That is probably the best way to look at it. People like us, people who have suffered and just have had the worst kind of luck. It's only when we start living for ourselves, then the expectations of others, we will actually find happiness. As long as we remember not to be hateful and spiteful to others. I have to tag that one on there because we don't want to end up like a Karen. Yeah. For me, I always had a hard time like making relationships because again, I had a hard time trusting people. That's mainly from like the world and all of like different sort of societies just looking down on me and just damn, those were some hard years. it's like the thing with the time machine. It's like if you go back with the time machine to tell your younger self what's the one important thing that you want to tell them. Mine would be life can be better. Life may be better, but it's understanding what the value of a true friend is. And there will be some. Because I still have like friends from way back in school, and also I try to make sure that anywhere that I go, any place that I work, I always try to be remembered. Yeah, London is a beautiful place. Hate the traffic there. Traffic there is absolutely abysmal. Especially from somebody who was a city folk in England. But the one thing I loved doing when I was living with my family in the UK is that going through the underground, underneath the channel, and also having lunch in France or Germany. It was the best. I mean, I'm mixed on that one because it starts off with like a negative, which can be a good way to like get out of like the slumps and stuff. But it's like if you change it around so that it starts off with the positive and then goes to like starts off with the positive, go to the negative, then back to the positive, then it will be a lot more. Then the saying will be a lot more meaningful. For example, the friends that you make will last forever. Some may go, some may stay. But at the end, you'll know who your true friends are throughout that entire journey. That will be a problem. That will be a best way to think of it. Sure. Okay. Then let's change what I said slightly to friends are meant to be forever. Some may go, some may stay. And some will absolutely hate you. But true friends will stay with you until your journey's end. So instead from starting up with a negative or positive, it starts out with a statement. It's like, this is the ruling that I live by. And then it will go into the negative of like, some people will just disappear from your life. But those that stayed, those are the people worth treasuring and worth remembering at the end of your journey. A long time ago, I had the tarot reading done. I don't remember any of it except Prepare to let go of people. It helped a lot. Really? Though I'm a bit rusty, I do also do tarot card readings. But that's mostly like for D&D stuff. And also, surprisingly, they are very accurate. Yeah, I've had like a few characters pull like the death card, which is renewal and rebirth. I had one character pull the tower, and they left the group. They didn't die. They just left the group because of conflicts. But surprisingly, the tarot card reading actually worked out. Was absolutely 100% correct. Whoops. Oh, please tell me, what did you pull? What did you pull? What they pulled, but one of them I think was 8 of clubs or something. We have 8 players. Oh damn! But 8 of cups. 8 of cups. That's actually very different, because if it was like the 8 of swords, that will be like, yeah, that's a party of adventurers. That's exactly you. 8 of cups. It's more like a celebration or toast. It's like a celebration or a party. Oh, tarot cards predicted the future. Yeah. So you use a traditional tarot card that for it, not the shortened list, and not the deck of many things version. One of them was the moon, which had an image of the rabbit on it. We had a barbarian with a rabbit folk fae, and a few ran inks with the god of the moon. I mean, that's good. It sounds like the DM like on purposely chose them. Well, I think the moon one specifically, but and maybe the cup one. Let's go. I need to go and find my tarot card set. Where the fuck is it? A slight bit of dust on it. Alright. Let's go through these meanings. I am looking for the moon. Since it was the last. Oh, the party chose them. Oh, damn. Some spiritual energy up in there. Do you know the order of they were pulled? The moon upright. The moon can represent a repressed emotion of which we may not be aware. The advisor of the spirit healer is to use a ritual and meditation to encounter and release this energy. It may be necessary for us to examine the pain in our hearts if we want to move forwards. Try challenging your emotions into a new piece of art in order to work through these feelings. That's the moon for you. So if the moon was last, then that will be your future, which is an emotional thing that is going to happen, and you must be able to overcome it to be able to move forwards. Let's have a looky here. The five of that's 5 of cups. 6, 7, 8 of cups. Here we go. Upright. The 8 of cups is the journey in and through trauma. Oh God. Asking us to travel towards our darker feelings in order to embrace the dance waiting for us on the other side. When this card is thrown, make sure to give your emotions space to flow through you. Only by allowing ourselves to proceed our feelings can we begin to work out the way they are really trying to tell us. Being chased by a lich. So 8 of cups. That's the first one. So that will be the past. That will be where you were. All sounding pretty accurate. And then the 5 of swords. Where are the swords? Swords start at 86. King, Prince, 2 of swords, 3. Here we go, 5. Upright. The biggest energy we get off the 5 of swords is fear. Pretty accurate for 5 people to go down. This may be due to the past trauma or experiences that have diminished our ability to hope. We are being demanded by these cards to let go of our fears so that we can express ourselves without anxiety dominating our actions. Things can only get brighter if we believe. And that's your present. Surprisingly, summing you up pretty well over our conversation. So that has been your tarot card reading for today. How do you feel? You're excited for your tarot card reading now. Well, sadly, I don't have you in front of me, so I can't really do an accurate tarot card reading because it requires your energy to mingle with the deck. And since you're on the other side of the world, that's going to be a pretty difficult thing to do. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Each of our players get a reading eventually. Oh yeah. Honestly, I can't wait for you to share yours. Yeah, but with a tarot card reading is always up for interpretation. Because there may be an associated book with each like each deck of tarot cards. Yeah. Uh, oh, bit of a situation. Do tell, do tell. I might be able to help you get out of it. Allow me to elaborate. Oh, this is going to be a big one, I can tell. Let me get myself into my DM voice. We got on 3 ships along with the bandit camp who captured us. One of the ships exploded, and then the other one just rotted for no apparent reason. After someone was dead, After everyone was dead, we looked around to find a blood sigil. Ooh! I'm sensing a lot of culty vibes at the moment. Okay, so with my experience with storytelling and being a DM for good 9-10 years now, something like that, I can't remember the number. At some point, it's like, yeah, I'm a DM for a long time. What of it? I am immediately thinking. Yeah, so the sigil took control of one of our members and they became violent, so we had to KO them, which were fine. I mean, at least you didn't kill them. That would have been, like, terrible. I mean, if you did, you would have somebody like to resurrect them, which I hope. I hope. So the sigil would most likely be a ritual casting of mind control of some sort. It's one of those spells. Either dominate person or dominate monster. One of the crew members dispelled the magic of the sigil and we went to bed. The next morning we woke up to find the other ship missing. Ooh! And the only people on our ship was us. The captain, bandit chief, and the chef's right-hand man. Okay. So you're on the sea, so I'm getting a lot of H.P. Lovecraft. Eldritch Horror. Either that or cracking. It doesn't have to be an Eldritch Horror. It can just be like... Okay. So upon climbing to the crow's nest, I found that we were trapped in a vast Ship of ice. Oh, sheet of ice and covered in the ice. The same sigil that was on the boat hung huge, and we were in the center of it. Oh. Sounds like that somebody's trying to get you back at for something. So expect a returning NPC. But if it's the same sigil, as before, it looks like they're trying to take control of you. One of our party members became possessed and said stuff like, yes, this body is stronger. I'm sticking to my Eldritch Horror. So the same sigil would be that of the same thing, but since it's like bigger, it would have been cast at a higher level. So most likely a dominate monster. We've been referring to the voice as the Devourer. One of the members heard that voice in their dream. Devourer. Is that something that you came up with or the DM came up with? Because I absolutely love it when the party comes up with like the name for the unknown, and then it's like, sure, but call it that. And then in the background, as the DM is like, oh, thank God they came up with a name for us. Oh, telling the character to devour. So you guys came up with a name for it. My immediate thought is an Eldritch Horror. If they are a fan of the Marcus Archives, then expect something similar. Because to be honest with you, I kind of did the same thing with my Eldritch stuff. Because I have like the Eye, the Great Devourer, the Everflesh. Yeah, probably. Yeah. The characters in my campaign at the moment have already faced off against an avatar for the Eye, which was a older brother to one of the PCs. The Ever Hunger, which is where they fought the avatar, which was like this big eldritch mass of like flesh, and also you're like inside of a stomach. Hold on a second. 8-foot fucking tall vampire orc. What's with D&D players and making their characters the most tallest motherfuckers out there? Fair. That's absolutely fair. Artificers can be pretty broken. Unlike my orc at the moment, unless you take the Totem of Barbarian, which makes you resistant to basically everything but psychic. And also with the most ridiculous AC that you've ever seen. My god. Oh, trust me, when he rages, He's AC is basically 25. It's like 25, 26 or something like that. And also, this is like close to end game stuff. They're like level 16. So I understand that their AC is pretty high. But god fucking damn it, this isn't Pathfinder. Or 3.5 for that matter. Motherfucker has a 29! How the fuck? It's like, I'm here level 3, an AC of 20. I'm motherfucker out here with a level 29. Aha, nobody will hit me with my 20 AC. Fuck you, I have an AC of 20 fucking 9. Oh. Fair. I kind of do the same thing. I actually have a friend who's like another DM. Thank God he's a DM. Who can make the most insane builds ever. Oh, right. So, the adamantine armor with, though they do say it counts as a magical item, it doesn't actually have any magic applied to it because it's just neutral armor. So it's a loophole of like artificers can then add their +1 AC onto it as well. Yeah, and then if they go into like Cleric of the Forge or Cleric of War, then they can like go even higher. It's ridiculous. Let me guess. They are a artificer of the armorer, which explains kind of a lot. Because the armorer gains additional stuff on top of that. Oh, that's insane. An ability when an enemy has disadvantage on attacks rolls against him. Oh, that's damn. I mean, he can grapple at that point. Where the only, yeah, they can like grapple the enemy at that point. It's like, hey, motherfucker, try and hit me with a double disadvantage. Try and hit me with that disadvantage. Such a shame that you are only able to attack me because you're in this grapple. So with him being impossible to hit though with regular attacks and me being impossible to hit with AoE attacks, we are the ultimate duo. It'll be a lot more better if your characters were like siblings. Then that'll be so much more cooler. Sneak attack and assassinate when I have advantage. When I, yeah. Actually, here's the thing. I've been like reading a lot of the rules on like when the sneak attack is applied, because you don't need the just. So here's the thing. Um, you gain sneak attack on advantage, or when an allied creature is within 5 feet of that creature. It doesn't have to be flanking. You just needs to be within 5 feet. And also, of course, it needs to be like a specific type of weapon, a finesse weapon. That's it. But apart from that, yeah. My nickname is My nickname is One Shot Wonder because I came down the most of the party. You can down most of the party members in one hit. Damn. And when you get a lot of abilities, it's hard to remember what you have, which is why I like starting campaigns off at level 1, so players can know their shit before leveling. Motherfucker has a glaive. Oh yeah, we talked about this last week. When you get Sentinel with that glaive, motherfucker can forget the glaive. Just turn it to a stop sign when you get Sentinel. You hit somebody 10 feet away. It's like, stop! You violated the law. Okay, let's go in. It is Nightbot. Fuck. Nightbot command. I have a minute. I have the ability to go through this. No, it isn't a Nightbot. It's Dream Elements. Fuck.
Send me, get my stuff right.
Okay. And you're back. Great. I am gonna update the command now. Yeah, I can help you D&D related. Go for it. Yeah, here we go. Check commands. Oh, it was Nightbot. Fucking damn it. So recently I've implemented some rules which kind of forces us to get more info into the roleplay aspect of D&D, which is awesome. I love it. However, I play a Thrill King which talks telepathically through imagery, so he doesn't really have a voice. How am I supposed to get into the role? Ooh, interesting. Okay, interesting. You'll probably do it the same way that Kenku does. Here's an idea. Their voice is whatever the character you're talking to perceives it to be. For example, it's telepathy, so it's related to like imagination and through the viewer thought. So the person on the receiving end would hear a different accent depending on the person that you're telepathy talking to. That would be kind of fun to do. Spam protection. Damn it, here we go. Okay, so that has been updated. But they don't perceive a voice, they perceive a series of images. Though that would be cool. Okay, so there is a trope when it comes to mute characters. Say something like Looney Tunes with Roadrunner and I keep on forgetting the guy that chases his name, but they don't talk. They use like signs. So if you rock up the D&D with like a chalkboard with some chalk, or like a notepad with like a pencil, and also and like quickly sketch up an image, and then that's you communicating, which is kind of funny. Let's be honest. But then you can just go and like talk to them normally. Because you don't have to play it exactly the way that it's intended. Bro, I can't do that. I mean that'll be the joke, right? I mean, that would be the joke, right? You like have a pen and pencil, and also it's the most crude drawing ever. And every time you try to communicate, people will have to stop, actually think of what the fuck you're actually drawing. It's like a stick figure of a boat. Hang on, let me put this on the new layer. It's like we have to get to the boat. There we go. That's the drawing. It's like playing Pictionary. Portraying the thought through sticky fingers. Stick figures. Yeah, that is a fun idea. So we have so this is Mr. Captain. This may be your character. Mr. Fighter. And the rogue in the bush. There we go, and the rogue in the bush. Yeah, that's basically all you need. And when you like talk out of character, you can do that normally. Fair enough. Man, we're going to talk about a lot today about philosophy, the way that people view the world. Oh no, when AWOL. I think our goofiest character right now is probably our cleric, just because she's the most innocent of the party. Okay, okay, an innocent character can be pretty funny, yeah. Yeah. I've been with my friends, and the one that I'm going to when the stream is finished is it's like a bunch of campaigns, all set in the same world of what one of our friends had put together, and essentially we've been on the we had a campaign on the material. We had a campaign in hell. We have a prequel going on at the moment, which is set in heaven, which set place before hell. And then there is the one that I'm DMing, which returns us back to the material because one of our players did not get to experience it the first time. And so it's like, yeah, let's go and do that. And then the entire campaign is based up around an idea that I had for a character, where it's like, do you know what? How about I make her just the pure essence of necrotic energy? And then in the heaven one, it's like, do you know what? Let's reverse that and make that the pure essence of radiant energy. And then in the campaign that I'm doing, it's like, yeah, so you all have an element tied to your very soul. And you have to figure out the fuck you are. It's funny because she wants to get close to all the party members and choose folks to be stays with without realizing why that he kills people for a living. Yeah, we sometimes do one-shot sessions in the same universe, and the last time we did one was with this data. Oh, that sounds really fun. Yeah. So yeah, currently the characters that I've been playing is like there's a through line to represent all like a connection to all of the characters that we played in the past. They've already met up with some of the NPCs from like the first initial campaign. They've met new characters and also have explored the world a bit more. Through my interpretation with the help of the original and the approval of the original DM. Though he has lost the map to it, so I have to make things up as I go along. But then again, that's the way that I DM. So we were told to make a goblin characters, and 4 of the 6 players chose a paladins. Oh, I can tell this is gonna be good. Oh. Oh. Just more than 3 of any class within a party, you know it's going to be fun. His name was Spanner, and he was a noble paladin. So when the cleric ones kicks down a door and stabbed the first guy they saw, Spanner stepped in. I can tell that you had fun. There we go. The 2 in the house. Inaccurate. Unnoticed until proven innocent until proven guilty. He healed the stabbed one just to have the other one hold a grenade in front of his face and blew them up. Oh. He was kicked immediately after one turn, and he didn't. And it didn't end there. He was knocked out in one turn, and it didn't end there. Oh, that is fun. Well, no, the one who pulled out the explosive was killed so brutally that he exploded and Spanner was covered in blood. Wait, there's more! This is gonna be fun. A minotaur stepped out of a room and just stepped on top of him, and the 2 members. The minotaur then also died so brutally they exploded. It's like a minotaur shows up. It's like, oh no! But don't worry, he also exploded. Oh, that's good. Hey, that one! Hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, and that one point I did in... I mentioned Spanner was stabbed in the throat. Oh! Oh, and at one point did I mention that Spanner was stabbed in the throat? Oh, damn. He's lying there, skin raw from burns, covered in blood, a knife stuck out of his throat. Yes, you did that one. You joined at the perfect time. You, 9J is going over a goblin one-shot that they were part of.
Hello there.
He literally couldn't. He literally can't cast spells. Yeah, anything with a vocal component is kind of hard to do with a knife in your throat. Hello, Demon. How's it going? Doing well, doing well. Glad that you just finished work. So eventually the main party might met a goblin who's a little fucked. That's like the best type of thing where like you did a character in a one shot and then it appears in the main campaign. That's the best type of storytelling. It's like the Caspian scene where like, hey, yo. The whole gang is here. Yay! Honestly, I was kind of hoping I would fail my saving throw. I'd failed 2 of them already. Just would have been so funny if my goblin just slides in, heals the bad guy, and then immediately dies. It's like, well, here's all my energy. Create the spirit bomb. And bah. But then I rolled a nat 20. Let's fucking go. And just couldn't lie about it. When the nat 20 it defies your expectations. The amount of time that Goblin got messed up sounds like my orc, by the way. Yes, that is so true. Your orc has been stabbed, bashed, scarred beyond repair. Hit with an eye laser beam through the fucking face. Dies 6 times. No, I think you died like what? Closer to 4. You were down to like 8. Alright, so there's a thing in my world called world bosses. I'm hoping to put all of them into a book at some point. But essentially, one of them is from the Torchlights stuff. Do I have the book on hand? Doesn't look like it. I might have to bring. And this is based on a creature called the Jabberwocky, which in its stat block states they can shoot lasers from his eyes. Which is probably the most funniest shit I have ever seen. But, tell them the story? Sure. This is the one where, is this when you guys faced off against the Jabberwocky? Or, the time where you faced off against, the gift guard? Newly appointed gift guard. My bad. Bro, we used to have a wizard who would just AoE a whole team to get some hits on the big bad. But he nearly caused a TPK and then he died instantly. Oh, okay. So, first of all, I wanted to go over exactly what you said and happened in like at the very beginning of the campaign. So I got these guys to go hunt down a cat that some goblins stole. They went into a sewer and one of them thought, do you know what would be a good idea? Thunderwave! Some of the goblins succeeded their check. Doesn't matter though, because half of the damage of their Thunderwave was their entire health pool. So no matter if they succeed or failed, they're just dead in one hit. Not only that, since they were all level 1 players, almost everyone was down by this one guy. Which is the most funniest shit I ever seen. Yeah, you got down to 2 HP. You're like the only person that was able to stand after that. That was funny as hell. Okay then. So one of the characters has motherfucking hand of God. has a interesting kind of backstory in that their entire tribe, Tabaxi tribe, is known as the like the Forgotten Tribe, where they just suddenly all disappeared from history. It is known that they had a protector, which was an amethyst dragon. Now, this guy, the PC, has a brother, and also has had a bunch of nightmares. Always waking up at 6 a.m. with a loud scream, waking up the entire party. It's a thing, and also it's been going on since like session 1. However, after experiencing the dream time and time again, they eventually see new things in the gym, like seeing it earlier on, than just seeing them like die from having a house crushed on top of them. And also they see the amethyst dragon facing off against a creature of equal size. And the two get destroying like the village. They see as this creature completely destroys and shatters the protector, and the entire city just collapsing. When the characters eventually make it to the old, now ruined camp, which was half on like a cliffside and the other half like spread out into a jungle, they find that is now the home of what is known as the first world boss created. Now, world boss in this world, they have a unique mechanic in that you need to actively activate them in order for them to, do the world boss thing and generate a barrier. The first world boss created cannot generate their own barrier, so an item was created in order to generate the barrier for it. So you can't activate the fight for it until you get the item to activate the barrier. Until then, this thing is basically immune to all damage. And also, if you do damage to it, it like heals at the beginning of its next turn. Like heals all the damage that you take at the beginning of its first turn. So, these motherfuckers thought it would be a good idea to fight it without the item needed to generate the barrier. Which, granted, they didn't particularly know at the time, but they definitely know now. And so, Mr. Ong Fantastic over here got the idea of, like, you know what? Fuck this. Wizard enlarge me. And also he grew in large. And also he goes in and grapples the creature, which he managed to do successfully, because this motherfucker has the second highest giant belt strength. It was the third highest when they faced it, and also is able to easily grapple anything this motherfucker wants. And from that, he went in, cover up their the eyes, in which then the laser beam goes through his hand and up the left side of his face, making him look like Two-Face from like Batman. You can see like part of his jaw, like the bones that make up his jaw. You can yet see his eye, like the muscles surrounding the eye. So that is probably the most damage that this guy has got from like a single attack. And also he still has that scar because he refuses for that scar to be healed. which is surprisingly like an option that healing magic can do. It's like, oh, so you want that scar here? Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, and then these guys face off against the god of the newly appointed god of the gift, which is like these hippo people. So yeah. So Nat One plays a character which is like very honor bound type of character. He is the father of the group. Not only that, he has adopted some of the characters that saying, "Do you know what? You're my child now." My character has some funky scars. I think it's a cool way to keep track of how many times you've been downed. Yes. So, Mr. Big Orc over here has 11 kids that he has adopted. Yeah. So, first time that they interacted with them, because the entire point of the campaign is to hunt down these little square-based pyramids things. Think of like D4s. Yeah, the couple one that he took after one of the player characters died. So. War? Ferrets? Really? Yeah. And also, the newly risen gift god of war was given one of the map pieces from a Gith Yankee from like the Gith Yankee race on their homeworld as a point of what was it? Unification ritual of like, hey, we are now allies. Hooray. Technically, we have two horses, but we accidentally left them in the middle of a desert after we touched a shiny orb and got teleported to a different plane of existence. You murderer. How could you? Yeah. So, after facing off against the god of gift wars, which is weird because you have uh the gif as in the hippo people, the gith as in the gif Yankee and Githari. And also, I believe there was another one. I can't exactly remember. I think that's the only two. You have organized somebody to pick them up. Great. Then, I mean, that's the best you can hope for. Yeah. So, after like infiltrating this massive ship, oh no, the rabbits are known as rabbit folk, or hare folk. But anyway, After infiltrating the ship, stealing some of the riches that were being put onto the ship. Yes, it was an entire thing. And then facing off against the god, where their employer reveals to them that he is the god of travel, and also he is the main one that faced off against him. Because I didn't want to put like level 10, I think, no, it was either level 10 or level 8 characters against a god. Because yeah, that would like instantly kill them, and I didn't have the stat block at the time, so yeah. And then this one, not one's character, Big Orc, after Maverick being the god of travel being thrown back into the throne room, kind of like goes and tries to bring them down, jumps in the way, gets grappled by him, and then he pulls out his eye. And I'm like, do you know what? That's metal, I'll allow it. Yeah, sure, I'll do that after the ad break. Yeah, I know there was an ad. I'm just making sure that everybody's back so I can tell the second part of the story. Okay. So. Oh, you're chilling? You didn't have an ad? That's beautiful. Okay. Time for part 2, Electric Boogaloo. So after declaring that the map pieces were part of the Traveler's domain, because it's like map, travel, kind of the same thing. Out of spite, the god of gift war, which his name is Emperor Totitus or Cocytus. I need to remember NPCs' names. I am terrible at that. Basically, was collecting more of the map pieces, while the rest of the party were also doing story and narrative stuff, collecting map pieces from other people and other gods, and like doing big old changes throughout the world. Then it came time where it's like, you know what? The only map pieces that are left is ours and theirs. So we're gonna go and do a final conflict with him. And so they go. And then as they get closer, they hear the voices in their head of, "Welcome, esteemed guests. Come, join me. Let us have a conversation. And please enjoy yourself in the entertainment. Yes, yes. Thank you, Nat1, for pointing out that it is a Destiny 2, Destiny 2 reference to Emperor Callus. Anyway, as you all land on a large walkway with, as they all landed on the large walkway, I am back in my DM state. They are saluted by Githno warriors lining either side as they all make their way up a large set of stairs when they see Emperor Cocytus. Thank you, Nat1, for the drink. I was getting a bit thirst. Parch, that's the name for it. As he would then explain what's going on. So it's like, I challenge you to basically my chosen army against your chosen army. If you refuse, your status amongst the traveler's status amongst the gods go down. Which is a big deal when it comes to the god of travel, and also his main source of living is like sending messages between gods. And so he accepted the terms, and also then they go through a lot of his chosen army, which is like the player characters and the few people that they brought along to go and do challenges. They managed to do the challenges pretty well with a light puzzle and orb and color matching, whatever. Sort of puzzle where some of the enemies were immune and also have like a certain color to them, so they have to like reflect the right color onto the enemy to make them damageable. Yeah. And then from there, some of the players, some of the NPCs, as well as the players, fell out of bounds, in which was a part of his entire big scheme. And also after facing off against what they presumed to be him, but was in reality just an avatar of Emperor Cocytus. They go down into an elevator where they see a hallway of more avatars being like incubated. Yes, you absolutely hate him. Because it's like, I'm gonna face you like a true man. It's like, nah, that was just my avatar, bro. Because you were expecting like a robot version of him, but you forgot that he can produce avatars. It wasn't his true form, but something that only hold like a small percentage of his true power. Which was like a very fun reveal, because I made him so that you guys hate him. And also, all of these tricks were just designed for like you to hate him even more. And then he gave everybody the choice of like, since you have won, you get to choose the map pieces that you so long for, a piece of my power, or the friends that I have captured that went out of bounds from the game. So yeah, it was the choice between getting the map pieces, a piece of his power, part of his like treasure and stuff, or his friends, or like the PCs that fell out of bound and the NPCs along with them. which was a no-brainer choice. They chose the PCs and the NPCs that they all made friends with. And then it was revealed... No. And then it was revealed that, oh, look at that, Emperor Kokaitis and all of his people that were there throwing a party. Were actually illusions, and the entire room shut down, airtight, and also again started filling up with water. It's like when with everybody planning, and it's like, dear fucking god, this guy's a big jerk. Maverick goes and like calls to everybody, changing plans. We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. And also he teleports everybody out to a random spot on the ship where they all split up to go and destroy the engines like they did the first time, which was very funny. Find Emperor Kokaitis' map pieces. Find the map pieces that he stole from a Maverick ship. Yes, you are on the warpath. And so they got reintroduced with enemies. They found that the golems with the multicolored armor was being flanked by some of the hare folk and the mouse folk that just were running throughout the entire systems of the ship. With like this large box with a massive crystal which gave the armor the power of not being dealt damage. And so if you destroy the machine, they were able to again deal damage, and it was a lot of fun. Another one that went in, the ones that were after the map pieces went into the treasury, and also were able to get access to the 17 plus CR treasure rating, in which they managed to get some good stuff out of it. They managed to get the Thunder Hammer, the Dwarven Thunder Hammer that pairs with the giant belt, a Vorpal Blade that one of the NPCs stole, and also just disappeared. It's like, yeah, fuck off. Yeah, loot is super fun to get, especially in the treasury of a god ship. Yeah, and then when they were there, they like, oh look, we found the map pieces. Oh no, we activated the security system of a horde mimic. And and I'll tell you this much: this was the first mimic in the campaign, but they managed to get out of it pretty fine. And then the last of the team managed to get down into the engine room where they found like the main power source. And it's like, do you know what? We're going to set up all of the explosives that they all had on them, because one of them wasn't a blacksmith that loves explosives. His name is Javison Force, which is a reference to a video game. In which they managed to all escape, have like a final confrontation with a boss in his domain, by the way, meaning that he can change the environment to wherever the fuck he wants. He summons like 4 towers to make the entire battlefield an anti-magic zone. There's always one member that loves blowing stuff up. Yeah. And then from there, they like found it. Yeah. At the end of the session, I told them it's like, okay, so when facing the boss, it was an escalation thing. It, I wanted it to come to a point where it's like, you know that you cannot defeat him in his domain, so the only choice that you have is fleeing. And every time you try and first face him, and also hit him with like your strongest attack, he will hit you back as hard and harder. Because one, he is a sore loser. We have a fire genasi. We have a fire genasi warlock. I'm sure you can imagine what their favorite spell is. Oh wait, no, warlock or cleric. Okay. Oh yeah, and also as they were leaving, this guy here, who was hit by 2 wild magic surges that increased his height into the large category, which is like 9 feet tall-ish, which is like over 9 feet tall, and was able to grapple this guy, which was a gargantuan, which and then managed to tip him over with his strength score of 30, thanks to the hammer and the belt. This guy is a god within his own right. In fact, he might be as powerful as a god. Higher? What do you mean higher? You mean to tell me that you're taller than 9 feet? Yeah, I mean, it kind of helps that he has a barbarian feature that allows him to have a carry capacity as if he's 1 size larger, meaning that he can grapple creatures 1 size larger than normal. Yeah, man, I tell you. These players are keeping me on my toes. So I have to keep on throwing them stronger and stronger shit. Yeah. I always love making stories where it's like fun first. Rule of cool and all that. Yeah. Yeah, and since they finished that chapter, they increased to level 16. And now on their way to doing, like, finishing up, like, story stuff. Like, character story stuff. Before entering the final chapter, which they're going to be, like, level 20 for. Here's the thing, there's like 3 different types of powerful beings. There is gods and the people who are sent to godhood. There are the reapers who are like as powerful as gods. And then you have people like the matron of pain in Sigil. She isn't a god. She's mortal, but she has as much power as a god. And also, that's why people fear her. Yeah. At this point, yeah. At this, I'll absolutely say for certain that you may be immortal, but you are as powerful as a god. That is also true. We do live stream on Sundays, a bit later than this. I was saying about just under 2 hours from this current time. Yeah. The campaign is called The Tale of Lost Souls, where I play a character that I wanted to play more of from a campaign that kind of ended, and I just wanted to play more. His name is Royston Yurik, a blind fighter rogue. So it's 5 a.m. now for you, and we start at about 3 p.m. for us. So it will be around about 7 a.m. for you. Oh, Tales of Lost Souls. Okay. Thank you, DM. And also, of course, you're going to say you have the best character because you have Tiberius. Yeah, we go on for like, what, 4 hours or something like that? Until we like feel satisfied with like the session. So like 4 5 hours. Okay, good night. Yes, I'll definitely have a good stream. Demon, you need to stop bullying your characters. So, what are you guys planning for the rest of the day? Yeah, that was funny. I will have to wrap this up as quickly as I can, say that it's finished, and then head off to a D&D session. Getting it done tomorrow on my chest. Huh. The tattoo, right? Yeah. Thank you for the drink. Also, are people going to the show this weekend? I am going to it Sunday, but I should be back for it, hopefully. Okay, okay, good.
Let's go with some late night vibes.
Bum, 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 bum. Demon decided to become a rogue and stealth out of the ether. He had sees himself on a table, looking up at giants playing a war game. Just gone past 2, so I have about an hour and a half. Demon getting me to drink again. Trust me, you're gonna get me addicted at this point.
thing I neglected was the wings, Gray. It's getting close. I think I'm done. It's just a bit more texture within the grass. Alright then, where is my staple? There it is. So it is the 25th of 06, 2024. Alrighty then. Let's go save this as an image. Save this into Monster Hunt. And put it as Finn. Save. That would do. Let's give out the snipping tool. Snip, snip. Done. Fin. Small. Alrighty then. Do you think just as something to do that I should set up sticky bomb? I mean, you do you, man. Sticky bomb. I do not have any frame of reference for this.
So I do not know. Anyway, on that note, let's go and raid somebody. Boom. And immediately found somebody. Sorry, Fox. Yeah, so Sorry Fox, another artist, so we're gonna have some fun. Yeah, that'll be it. Thank you guys for watching me finish this dragon. Yeah, I didn't want to go too much into it, so this is where it's gonna stay. But next month we'll be back to rendering in color. So yeah, with that, I have been Katron, and I hope that the stars shine down upon you. Wow, I think I actually might use that as my ending. See ya, everybody.